Hi my loves, and welcome to how I healed my womb from endometriosis. For those that don't know what endometriosis is, it is a disease where the cells that are growing inside of the womb with the information of bleeding spread to different parts of your body. In my case, they were inside of my stomach, in the colon, every month. Basically, whenever your menstruation is, you don't only bleed in your womb, you also bleed in the parts where these cells have spread to. So basically, you're having internal bleedings, and trust me, that is absolutely painful. I've been suffering for so many years from this. Like, I could not even stand up. Like, I couldn't leave my bed for a few days every month. Like, I was missing in school because of that. And I didn't even know that this was unusual. I thought everyone is suffering like this, because every time people were speaking about like their menstruation, it was never like portrayed as a pleasant experience. So I figured everyone might go through the same, but it was only until years later that I've realized that this is not normal. It's when I first found out about endometriosis, and I read through the symptoms, and I had all of them. So I knew that this is what was going on. And then I went to my doctor to get it checked out, because I didn't know what to do about it. I just knew I had it. And at the doctor's, they were telling me there's only one way that you can know that you have it, and that requires like a very intense procedure. And how they would proceed then would be operating you, like cutting out the cells from the specific area of your body. And after that, they would have to follow up with hormonal treatment in order for it not to grow back. And I was just sitting there like, bro, I'm not taking any hormones, because I had a history with the pill, and the hormones really messed me up badly, and I just didn't want to take them anymore. There are many reasons why I believe that the pill with hormones is absolutely damaging women and girls. That's a topic for another day. But basically, I knew I'm not gonna do that. So I was like, is there any alternative? Because I'm not taking any hormones. And she was saying, well, there might be one other alternative, and that is trying the holistic approach. And I'm telling you, I was so blessed that I had this doctor, because she really planted a seed there. There are many doctors that would have just said, no, this is the only option, because then they would have cashed off of you. But she was a gem and said that there is also a holistic approach where you follow a specific diet, where you exercise. So I was like, okay, sis, let me research. And guys, I did my research, and first I stumbled upon the adaptogens. Adaptogens are plants that naturally regulate your imbalances in your body. For example, hormonal imbalances, or like imbalances of minerals. I ordered some maca, as well as other supplements such as spirulina. Magnesium and iron are very important minerals for her to work properly as well. So that's why I ordered spirulina, which is an algae with loads of those, and other good stuff, of course. Along to that, I was looking for information about the holistic approach. And holistic means like a whole view on things. For example, it's not only about the physical things that you consume, it's also which thoughts you consume. And if you want to look deeper into that, I can highly recommend Joe Dispenza's work. My mother showed me him back then when I was researching these things. And basically, when I was thinking about my menstruation and in general my womb, I was thinking of it as something unpleasant. Like I was attaching pain to it in my mind. And that's why every time it came, I automatically thought of pain. You can reprogram these thoughts by other thoughts, and that's how you create other feelings, because thoughts create feelings. I was reshaping my relationship to my womb, telling myself that I am grateful to have a womb, that I'm grateful to bleed, that I'm grateful to be a woman, that I'm grateful for shedding this blood, and that is a pleasant experience, and that is actually a sacred experience where I am in tune with the Most High and the pure feminine waters of the universe. This is what I did, and the next time I got my period, it was completely gone and has not appeared ever since. I was absolutely shocked. Like my world was completely changed, because I remembered that we alone are healing ourselves. Everything else is just an assistance to heal yourself. And I remembered that the sickness was a spiritual imprint that created a physical manifestation, because there was a lot of trauma stored in my womb back then that I haven't released yet, and that was why it turned into this huge pain. It needed to be felt, and a lot of things came to the surface, and I was able to release them, and that was all because of the way I changed my consciousness. Consciousness heals everything. Let me say this again. Consciousness heals everything. So I shifted my consciousness, I shifted my mental programming towards my womb and my period into a gratitude-based and love-based thinking. And that with taking the according nutrition that my body needed, basically placing a placebo effect on those consciously. It is basically a study that was done where people were given medicine tablets where there was nothing inside of them, no substance, and these people were told that this will heal them. So they took the tablets, and their sickness, their pain, it went away, but there was no substance in it. So this shows that the mere believing that this is healing you and trusting that is healing you. You can only clear the spiritual imprint through spirit. You can work together with physical, or the physical alone could not heal the spiritual. So it is really about the holistic approach, like approaching mind, body and soul. And this really transformed my life, because living with this amount of pain every month is really like limiting your quality of life. And I want all of you to thrive. If I can do it, you can too. There are several techniques that I've learned over the years to nourish my womb even more, and I will do another video about just this topic, womb nourishment. But I just wanted to share my story about this experience of healing myself alone through spirits and Mother Nature. It just changed my life so much to the better, and I know a lot of young girls are struggling and they are being mistreated in the medical industry because the womb is something that the Western medicine does not understand. And that's why the majority of medical tests have been done on men, because Western medicine completely limits its knowledge on the physical. And the problem there is that the womb is a metaphysical organ. It is basically a portal that manifests life into the physical from the spiritual. So it is metaphysical itself. You cannot explain something metaphysical from a physical perspective. So that is why they are getting the wrong diagnoses, they're getting the wrong dosages, they're getting the wrong treatment. They're being mistreated so badly. So that is why we gotta share the knowledge with our sisters, what we have learned. And basically, we are just remembering. Our ancestors had more knowledge about the womb than Western society has now, because they lived more with the cycles of nature and the cycles of the moon, for example. So that is how you can understand the womb way better. And there are ancient practices as yoni steaming and in general working with herbs like adaptogens. It's nothing new. It's just for us, our challenge to remember. That is why I'm sharing it, so that we can all remember together. So maybe if you know someone who suffers from this, send them this video and share the knowledge, because sharing is caring and knowledge is power. And I wish power upon the people and peace to the people of this world. May you all be on the most optimal timeline. Infinite love and gratitude. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you in the next video, in the next digital transmission to your crib.